High Vibration Facts. I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. There was a number of questions from the videos, and so what I thought I would do is put this together to show high vibration facts that will address those questions, and it will be just another good review and repeat of the concepts to further saturate your mind with how this all works and how it all holds together, which is part of the reprogramming of our subconscious beliefs so that we can get the true knowledge of life in there and start processing our life from that accurate knowledge of life, which you'll see is important as I go through some of the facts in this video. So let's get at it here. So we are beings of energy and we broadcast energy. So our natural being is high vibration. So we're high vibration beings, and we are unconditional happiness and joy and peace. These are things that we naturally are. We're born that way. And we're born that way because we know coming in how the creative process works, right? We know that there's the natural asking. We know that there's the natural and automatic creating. We know that as we choose good feeling thoughts, stream that energy, that's high vibration energy, to the law of attraction, that we will be connected with the details that lead us to receiving the things that we want, and action's all part of that. And our inner being, through emotions, tells us if our thought energy is in alignment, which is positive emotion, or out of alignment, negative emotion. So in a nutshell, that is why we are coming into the planet, into a body, unconditional happiness and joy and peace, because we know that everything is basically taken care of, and we're going to be asking for things as we go through our daily life. And then it's basically all automatic, and we choose the good feeling thoughts, and we come into the path, which draws us into action, which then causes us to receive. And then it's a cycle of joyous expansion. So we know that manifestation of the things that we want is a byproduct. And it's so interesting to know that, because so many people got their focus and their mind on, I want to manifest something. And I'm here to tell you that it's a byproduct. Everything about your life is the manifestation of your energy. And as you change your energy, then you change the manifestations. They're just a byproduct. So we want full focus, full attention on looking at what our thought energy is that we're sending to the law of attraction. That is what's going to change the manifestations. So again, just forget about manifestation techniques. If you want to get into any techniques, you want to get into how do I think better feeling thought techniques, and do that on a regular basis through your day, and you're going to find that your manifestations really start to change. So our total self is the inner being part of us, and our physical self. Together they constitute our totality, and part of us is non-physical, taking care of the who, when, the where, when, who, and how. And in our physical form, we're taking care of what we want and why we want it, the emotional reason, and then we receive the details and act on those details. And so action is a very big part of life, and we're using our emotions in a very powerful way to know that we're in alignment. Our thoughts are in alignment or out of alignment, meaning high vibration or low. So I wanted to set that stage, and now let's go into another fact. Everything about our life is the manifestation of our vibration, as I mentioned, and that is about our beliefs. So let's just take a quick look at ourself here. Our physical form, we have a conscious and a subconscious mind, and when we're growing up, we pick up all kinds of beliefs about life and self, and they are stored, recorded in our subconscious mind, and both our conscious mind and subconscious mind are broadcasting to the law of attraction, and based on what that energy is, then the law of attraction will return to us what matches that. So either the path to the things that we want, high vibration, and if it's low vibration, a path to the things we do not want. what we got to realize, this is a fact, that the beliefs that we pick up as a child, unless we change them, they're running our adult life. I don't care what age you are. If you have not changed your beliefs from that you picked up as a child, and you would have picked them up in roughly the first 8 years of your life, they are running your life. Everything that's going on in your life, whether you like it or you don't like it, if it's good or unwanted, it's beliefs from way back in that time period of your life, and you weren't responsible for putting them there, but I'm here to tell you, you're responsible for changing them. So you got to know that. These are important facts. And I could just say, I don't even need to write any books or make any videos. I could say one thing to you. I could say, all you need to know is this one thing. If you feel negative emotion and you reach for a different thought until you feel positive emotion, you do that all day, every day, so that as soon as you feel that negative emotion, and then you just reach around for thoughts around whatever it is you're doing or thinking about till you feel positive, so you'd be doing that within a minute, say. That means your vibration is always going to be high, and that means, as you remember the creative process, if you're streaming high vibration energy to the law of attraction, then everything you want is a byproduct. It's going to flow into your life. It's just absolutely automatic and natural that it does. So if you're doing this thought switching right here from a negative emotion to positive emotion to kind of thoughts, that's all you got to know. So why did I write 2 books? Well, just challenge yourself. Go 30 days with pure positive thought energy, and you'll know why I wrote books, because we are not taught to think that way. We're taught the many faulty beliefs, negative thinking patterns, habits, and to reverse that and get restored into our high vibration thinking habits. That's what my books are all about, and these videos give you a lot of insight to all of that. So that is a simple thing that we can do to get back to our high vibration life, but because of the things and the way that we were taught about and how we use our conscious mind and our subconscious beliefs, now there is some work to do to get that all cleaned up. And so we need some education to do that and know how, and then we can do that and get our high vibration life back. So everything about our life is a manifestation of our vibration. And so I want to answer some questions here that people bring up. People ask, why do bad things happen to good people? Well, let's just say, why do things unwanted happen? We don't want those things to happen. But rather than calling them bad, and even though they're not pleasant, just call them unwanted. And why do they happen to good people? Well, really, we're all good people. We learn things. Some of us learn things that may not be great behaviors and whatnot, but underneath it all, we are pure positive energy. And some of the things that we pick up cause us to behave and say things in ways that aren't very pleasant. But we are all good people underneath it all. And so why are things unwanted happening to people? Let's just simplify it like that. Well, it's because of what I already talked about. We pick up beliefs when we're a child, and we're broadcasting energy. And whatever that energy is, then the law of attraction is delivering it back to us. And so there's no guesswork in life. When something happens to somebody, no matter what it is the reflection, just like this image, it is the reflection of their vibration. Whatever you got going on around you is simply the reflection of what is going on within you. So the things that are happening to us are exactly because of our vibration. Now, a lot of people don't understand that, and even if you say it to them, they're not very pleased to hear it. They don't even want to accept it. But until you accept it, then you can't change it. You're not going to try to change something you don't think you're responsible for. And so then you're basically powerless. Then you're just at the disposal of what's going on in the world, and that's not fun at all. So we want to take responsibility through understanding that we have received some faulty programming, and our vibration that's going through the law of attraction is bringing to us a lot of things that we don't want. And so if we want unwanted things that aren't pleasant to stop happening to people, ourselves. This is why we got to start teaching the children. We got to start at the root. We got to stop filling our kids up with faulty beliefs so that they don't grow up with that energy that's attracting things to them. Nasty relationships or lack of money or, jobs that are boring or friendships that go, in places that aren't very good. All these things are from our energy. Every bit of life. It's all from our energy. So this is why things happen to people. And how do we feel good all the time is another question. If something's happening that's not very pleasant, how do you feel good about that? Because you understand, it's more of an understanding thing that you're not feeling negative. It's just that you understand, well, it's awareness. What's good about it is I'm getting awareness. Something's happening, I don't like it. I'm aware now that I have some energy that I'm offering that's causing me to attract to myself what I don't like. So let me drill in to see what that faulty belief is so that I can start to work on displacing it. So that's the good part. It's not good in terms of the situation and the details. We're not saying that's good because it clearly is not a pleasant thing. But we're saying what's good is we got awareness about what's going on in us vibrationally. So now we can start to change it. That's good news right there. And furthermore, when things happen that we don't like, we've seen from the creative process, that means we are asking for what we want. And it's set up vibrationally. And as we switch our focus from the circumstances that we don't like to an understanding that they made us aware and that our inner being has set up something that is more preferred for us to receive, now you can see how we can get to some fundamental, better feeling thoughts about a situation that is otherwise, circumstantially, not very pleasant. And you got to know that. If you don't know that piece, it's going to be really a challenge for you to move away from some old negative vibrations and get your life changing. You've got to get those two basic knowings about situations in your life that you don't like. You got to get to know those two basic reasons to feel good in terms of moving through them and into a better life. Another thing people say is, why is empathy a low vibration? Well, empathy is somebody's feeling negative and you jump in the hole with them, and now you're down there and you're commiserating with them, and now everybody's got their light turned off. That's not good for anybody. What you want to focus on is compassion. Compassion is you standing up in the light. You see somebody down in the darkness. You're understanding them, and you're saying, okay, let's get you up here into the light. So you're not going down in the dark. You're offering them assistance to get up into the light. That's compassion. That's where you want to be. Okay, let's keep going here. Fact, everything you want is a vibration of energy. So not only are we energy, but the things that we want are energy. All these physical world things, all energy, and they're high vibration, because when you want something, you want it because it feels good, positive emotion. And we said that's high frequency energy. And so not one of these things in this picture here, a house, a money, a job, friendships, relationships, time, peace of mind, travel, you name it. There's not one thing in this group of images that is different from the other. Every single one of them are this. And that's the thing that's going to get you those things. Even though we have a faulty belief that it's money going to get those things. Well, money can't get some of those things. But ultimately, it's not money that gets any of that stuff. It's this. And this gets the money if you want to go to money and then get the things, or it'll get them directly, and your inner being will set up the money on the path. That's all part of the receiving. So that's a big paradigm shift for a lot of people who think that money is the way to life and it's what gives you all the comforts and everything that you want. I'm here to tell you, here's your currency right here. So let's see what else. Here's a fact. We don't manifest. So again, that's an important fact. We don't manifest. As I said, manifestation is a byproduct. of the energy that we're offering. If we're offering this high vibration energy to the law of attraction, the byproduct of that are going to be manifestations we want. And if we're offering low vibration, they're going to be manifestations that we do not want. Let's see what else is in here. So there's really, that's why there's no such thing as manifestation techniques. What you could say is, I'm learning a thinking technique. I'm learning a technique that lets me think good feeling thoughts more often, and negative feeling thoughts less often. That would be an awesome technique to learn. And I offer a lot of those in my 20-week program in my book, Higher Vibrations for Health, Happiness, and Harmony. And there's some also in the Book of Life. So that is another fact of high vibration. Let's keep going here. So another fact, money is a vibration of energy, as I said in the last slide. And you have asked for a lot of it from the creative process. We know when we experience something that we don't want, we know that our inner being sets up what we do. So if you've ever felt a lack of money in your life or lack of anything, then your inner being would have set up lots of that in vibrational reality. And so it's there for you to receive, just like the balloon, right? You can do that intention to see the balloon. There's no difference between the balloon and the money. The intention of the balloon is high vibration. The intention of the money is high vibration. But the balloon has no limiting belief around it, no resistance, nothing to hold you away from it. Money has a ton of limiting beliefs around it for most people, and so that blocks the receiving. So again, we see that getting rid of faulty and limiting beliefs is really what we're wanting to do. Because when you have a belief that supports your desire, the desire manifests. But when the belief does not support the desire, it's contrary to the desire, like you say you want money and then you think, well, how am I going to get it? Where's it going to come from? Those are limiting beliefs. And then the belief wins out over the desire. The belief energy is always going to win out over the desire energy. So that's why you want your beliefs in order and in alignment with your desires. So just for a little exercise, let's take money off of the table. Let's say there was $100 billion dropped in your bank account tomorrow. What would you do then? Now you've got money that you would never ever even touch, even you bought everything you wanted to. So let's say for 5 years you did buy everything you wanted, all the homes, cars, trips, travels, everything you can imagine. You bought, you've traveled, you did everything. So it's no more about material wealth and it's no more about money. What do you want to do with your life? What would your life be about if that was the case? That's a really good way to know what it is, why you get out of bed, what your natural gifts and talents are and your passions, because ultimately that's what we're here for. And the truth of abundance is that all that stuff will flow to you anyway. You've got more than that money in your vibrational reality. So we're not here for making money to live our life. We're here to live the joy of our gifts and talents and express them and in service to each other in that way. Excuse me. So if we get money off the table and out of the way, then we can finally peer down to the root of what is it that I really want to do with my life? What feels good to me? You really want to know that. And then when you find the joy of that, then joy is at the vibration of abundance. And so money is going to flow in some way. And it may flow through the work that you do, and it may flow in a different way, or it may flow in both ways or several ways. Your inner being will find ways to get it to you if you don't offer any resistance about receiving it and thinking you have to do things to get it. Okay, next is a situation is a situation. That's that. It's not a variable. So something's going on in your life. You don't like it. It's unpleasant, but it is. It's there. It's a manifested situation. So that's not a variable in the equation, but there is a variable in the equation because you always have a choice to choose a feel good thought or a negative. And that is always a variable that you can choose how you're going to think about it. And the creative process always enables us to be here if we want, and if not, faulty beliefs will put us over here. And now what are we doing? We're just offering the same old energy and we're going to attract the same old thing to ourselves. So just for example, you could say, I don't think I'll ever have that house. That's going to feel like this. Or I could gradually start to offer the energy to invite that house. And we know we can, from everything I just said. You have the choice. You could offer high vibration energy more often. And as you do, you're at the vibration of the house, and the path of details will come to you. So that feels a lot better, right? So you can always choose. But in saying this, you kind of do got to know the creative process, because it gives you the language. It gives you the perspective that lets you say something like that. You really can't say that without the creative process knowledge. Another example, you could say, I am so afraid of this diagnosis, or you could say, this is simply a temporary condition of my low vibration energy. Well, the more we understand vibration, we know that if we're sustaining negative energy, negative emotional thoughts, dissatisfaction in our life in some area, then our body is going to be interfered with, and it can't do all it knows how to do to keep it running smooth. So any ailment that you have is a temporary condition until you clean up that energy. And once that's out of the way, then your body will go to work and fix everything up, you see. So if you say, I'm afraid of the diagnosis, you're here. And then if you say, well, it's just a temporary condition, well, then emotionally you feel better. You might still have some pain or discomfort physically, but emotionally you have some relief there. There's emotional relief in that. Okay, here's another fact. There is lots of action in life. So a lot of people listen to these videos and I talk about easy, effortless life and everything. But I'm not saying there's not action. There's plenty of action. There's a whole bunch of action. I mean, we're physical beings. We're moving beings. We're interacting with each other. We're moving things around. We're operating this and that. There's just a ton of action in life. It's not that there's no action. It's just that it's feel good. It's just action that's not forced. We're not stressed. We're not, trying to force things to happen and that kind of thing. We're flowing. The action is flowing. And it's so much better than if we're trying to force that action to make things happen. And another one, negative emotion is a very good thing. A lot of people thinking that I'm, for some reason, getting the idea in some of my videos that I'm thinking, okay, don't acknowledge negative emotion and ignore it and kind of pretend it's not there or something. I'm never saying that, because negative emotion is so important as part of your guidance system. You just want to totally acknowledge it, but when you acknowledge it, you're saying, okay, that means I'm out of alignment. It means my thoughts are not in agreement with the energy. My thought energy is not in agreement with the energy of the things that I want. And so let me reach around and find some thoughts that get me back in alignment. So negative emotion is a very good thing if you know how to respond to it. Now, if you don't know how to respond to it and you muddle around in it, then you're going to start attracting things that you don't want, because that's all that energy is attractive. So we want to do the shift. We're here. We want to shift over to high. We want to move out of here over to there, and everything will be good. Lastly, one I was asked is if I could explain why there are disasters on the planet, or just all kinds of things, not necessarily disasters, but a lot of social things happening that are unpleasant for sure. And I'm here to tell you that we are collectively responsible for the state of this planet. So as I talk about ourself, that we're offering energy, and that's what our life is about. Our life is the reflection of our energy, our beliefs. The collective energy of all of us, if it was love, then this planet right here would be in one heck of a good shape. And you wouldn't see a lot of the stuff. You wouldn't see any of that nasty stuff that's going on. But when we look at the news, or we talk to each other and we talk about how things are bad, and we get worried and we get fearful and we're muddling around in all that low vibration energy, that is going into what you call a collective consciousness. And that is attractive energy, just like our personal energy is to our life. The collective energy is to the planet. So if you want this planet to smooth out and get into a better state, then do your part and supply high vibration to the collective consciousness, and we'll be a lot better off. And we can all make that choice. If you're going to watch the news, you got to find a way to feel good, because if you watch it and you don't feel good, you're literally contributing to the situations that you're watching on the news that you don't like. You're actually, what do they say? Either you're part of the solution or you're part of the problem. It kind of works like that with energy. So if you supply positive energy to the collective consciousness, you're part of the solution. If you're supplying negative energy to the collective consciousness because you're worried and have a lot of negative emotion around things that are happening, now you're part of the problem. So we are all collectively responsible for the state of this planet. This stuff is not just happening arbitrarily. No random things happening. This is absolutely 100% from the collective consciousness, just like our own personal energy is to our personal life. So there's some high vibration facts for you that will reinforce all the messages of the videos. And so if you have any questions, feel free to leave them on the post. And thanks for listening in, and have yourself a great day.